The Nintendo Switch 2 is finally going to be revealed in January. No, Nintendo has not said anything officially, and yeah, I know, I've been pretty wrong when it came to it being revealed last year, when I thought it was going to happen in September or even October, and none of those happened, so who's to say it's to happen next month in January? Why next month? Well, let me tell you, this time is different. This is very different for a lot of reasons, and I'm going to dive into it now, but I am fully on board for Nintendo Switch 2 to be revealed literally next month, and I'm talking in the next couple of weeks. No, I'm not going to place a bet on it because been there, done that, but I'm going to say it's pretty extremely likely that we are going to get the Switch 2 revealed next month. Now, before I dive into why, I first have to give an extreme thank you, because somehow in yesterday's video, we had a goal just around 100 brand new subscribers. You guys brought in almost 300 brand new subscribers in one video. I cannot thank you enough. That is monumental, man. Thank you so much for your support. So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Let's see if we can even get half of that in today's video. Who knows what's going to happen anymore. You guys are amazing. But back into the Switch 2 content. You guys have absolutely been enjoying it, so we're going to continue talking about it. But what makes the Switch 2 reveal in January so likely compared to when we thought it was going to happen at the end of this year? Well, things are different now, and I think the most obvious one in the room is clearly what Nintendo said. They said that they would reveal this console by the end of the fiscal year, and we know the fiscal year ends on March 31st, so yeah, Nintendo really doesn't have much time. I never expected them to go all the way into March anyways, so I think a lot of us already expected it to be in January or in February. At first, I was completely on Team February. It just sounded like Nintendo wanted to keep waiting a little bit longer since they've already waited as long as they have. But things of recent events have completely changed my mind. I am fully on board for something to happen in January, and not just January, I'm saying early January. But okay, that's part one here. We know that Nintendo said it's going to be revealed soon, so we know it's happening within the next couple of months. We know that for sure. But why January still? Well, if you haven't seen the last 4 or 5 videos I've posted, companies seem to either be fed up with Nintendo or some type of agreement had ended with Nintendo with these companies, because everyone is kind of hinting at or showing off the Switch 2 in some capacity. Yes, in the last couple of weeks, we've gotten tons of accessory companies and manufacturers actually show off their products with a Switch 2 render inside of their grips, inside of their accessories, and it's so strange because normally this would be going against NDA, and there's no way in the world Nintendo would allow something like this. And I think we've all came to the conclusion that it has to mean that these NDAs had actually ended, that for some reason these agreements are up at around this time and everybody's NDAs are expired, because a lot of us do believe that Nintendo was planning to actually reveal this console in the last couple of months, and something changed internally, which meant that these NDAs still were out there and they existed, and these companies have to get out their information because they have a lot of money and a lot of time spent backing up on these accessories for Switch 2. They have to reveal them, and I think it's also a combination of that combined with they're just kind of upset at Nintendo, and you can't blame them because they have products ready to go for a specific time period that Nintendo told them, and they're just not ready, which means models of the actual console are probably very accurate with these different companies. Now, these don't seem to be the actual pictures of Switch 2, but rather models based off the information that Nintendo gave these companies, so they're pretty spot on probably. But these are just from literally the accessory companies that work with Nintendo. There's still tons of leaks from other companies out there, like game industries and companies that are actually working with Nintendo to reveal their next gen games on. They've been kind of hinting at the next Switch, saying Switches or the next Nintendo platform with eyeball emojis and stuff. So clearly other companies outside of accessory companies are excited about this thing and already kind of hinting at the thing existing. So Nintendo would not last, I don't think, anywhere near February or March if they just wanted to keep waiting, because man, this console is out there. We're getting pictures every single day. It's not even going to be a surprise when we see the thing revealed. Probably it's going to be like, yep, these are the rumors and leaks that we have been seeing over and over and over again. Nintendo's back is kind of against the wall now. They've waited way too long, and I feel like now they're going to kind of be in panic mode with all these pictures of their console floating around the internet. I mean, Switch 2 has been trending on Twitter for the last couple of months, but the last couple of days it's literally been the top trending comment and just thing to talk about right now on Twitter. So Nintendo needs to get ahead of this. Well, they didn't get ahead of it. It's already out there. Well, Nintendo needs to get on this as soon as possible. Like seriously, the earliest, most convenient time for them in the beginning of 2025. And that's why I believe the first couple of weeks of January just make too much sense right now. Nin10doland, which is a Nintendo YouTuber, actually stated the other day on Twitter, source, Nintendo to reveal Nintendo Switch 2 in January. This is coming from a major third-party developer contact I have. Here's what they say about the console. Get ready to play modern AAA offerings on your Nintendo system in 2025. Samus Hunter, an insider who has been very reliable this year, has stated on this and said Nintendo may advance the next generation Switch reveal with an announcement that possibly could come before DK, which is on January 16th. This is to address recent leaks, especially of accessories, to ensure official news for the public. The remaining announcements of Switch games may come a little later. Now, about a month ago, Samus Hunter claimed that Switch 1 still had games to be revealed before Switch 2 came out. Now looks like maybe Nintendo might be prioritizing Switch 2 first. It definitely felt like they were in no hurry to reveal Switch 2, so I kind of believed her, and I felt like more Switch 1 announcements like remakes and remasters like Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition that kind of came out of nowhere was going to keep happening, because we even heard rumors of Kirby Planet Robobot getting some type of HD remaster. So yeah, maybe this is the case that Nintendo is just going to jump out now and get this Switch 2 announcement out the way, which they should have done already. So if we look at Donkey Kong's release date, and we also look at the fact that Nintendo probably wants to get this announcement out as soon as possible now, in the grand scheme, they probably want to get out right after the holiday season. So I'd say right after the week of New Year's, because you have New Year's Eve on Tuesday and New Year's on Wednesday, January 1st. So they're probably going to skip that week altogether. You have Donkey Kong Country Returns HD on the third week there on the 16th. So personally, I think the second week of January, which will be the week of the 6th going through the 10th, is a possibility. I think that's a great way to finally get this thing announced, so that way whenever it releases, whether it's the next couple months in March or maybe we have to wait until May or even June, at least we know about the thing. That way we can actually see what it looks like and these leaks can actually stop, and that way they can get ahead of any more leaks that could be happening. I think that is the perfect time frame. Then we can enjoy Donkey Kong Country Returns HD without having to freak out, still worrying about what's coming up for Nintendo. I think that's a perfect plan. Will Nintendo do it? You know Nintendo's weird and strange, and knowing them, they'll just keep letting these leaks come out or something. But this is what I think they should do. And if this is the case, we could get an announcement soon. I feel like Nintendo might want to, kind of announce this thing in advance. Remember, they definitely did it for the original Switch. This is a different time period and a different console for sure, so maybe they just do it a day before again, who knows. But I kind of hope that they do kind of like a week or 2 weeks before, so that way they can get us prepared and get us hyped and excited. Like literally the next couple of days or so, they'll say, hey, tune in on January 7th or something for a Switch 2 reveal. That would be so awesome. But definitely keep your eyes and ears peeled. Who knows what's going to happen soon. Something else that was brought to my attention is that Nintendo has a 9 months earning release, which is kind of like an earnings report where once again they talk about their sales and their recent game sales and the Switch sales and stuff like that, and they talk to investors. So odds are they're gonna want to reveal something by then, because it's already been 2 different investors meetings where they completely keep dodging the Switch 2 stuff by just saying it's coming this fiscal year, it's coming this fiscal year. They're gonna have to reveal the thing by then because it's not gonna look good. Especially with all these different accessory companies leaking the console, I feel like these investors might even bring that up and be like, look, your console's being leaked online right now. You know this, right? You gotta show this thing off. Like, no one's gonna wanna, put any investments into Nintendo right now if you just keep releasing HD remakes and remasters and ports. Like, it's time for the new stuff, Nintendo. Where's the stuff at? So yeah, now you see why I'm so confident for the month of January. It honestly just is the only thing that makes sense. And if somehow, some way, Nintendo decides to skip January, it is a really big question then. I honestly would be asking myself, what in the world is happening at Nintendo? Because then it would start to scare me. If all of these leaks are coming out about your console and you're not doing anything about it and you're still making everyone wait into the month of February, even past the next investors briefing, I don't even know what to say by then. I think by then I just kind of give up. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of like, Nintendo's going to let this thing flop. I mean, they have to get on top of this thing. They push it back as far as they could. January is seriously the only thing that makes sense to me. But let me know in the comments down below what you think. Do you think January is finally the time? Finally the time we see Nintendo's next gen hardware? finally the time we see the next gen software as well, like the brand new games that we could be getting, the next Mario Kart, 3D Mario. Like, I seriously can't wait. So I hope the time is now. But thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe before you head out. And like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See ya, guys.